Hi, welcome to Hack the File. This is Michael Lopez, and today we're going to be doing command line kung fu. So, if you think you know command line, you don't know command line kung fu. All right, let's begin. All right, so let's begin. Let's look at my library first. So, open up my library. All right, let's check this out. Here goes command line kung fu. So, I've done this video maybe 3 or 4 times already. Um, Came out messed up, so I had to redo it. So I'm gonna open up command line kung fu. So like I said in my channel, I do everything for the first time, and the first time I did this, um, it it came out okay and everything worked, but I was having like video issues, so I just redid it. So if you see when I'm entering a command, then you see in there already that I've entered in the command. I have, but this is just going to be the basics of command line kung fu. So this is by Jason Cannon, and what we're going to do is we're going to read a little bit. So I'm just going to read I'm going to go here. I'm going to go to introduction. So I'm going to read about the guy a little bit and why he wrote this book. So I've been working at the command line on Unix and Linux systems since 1990. Needless to say, I feel right at home with nothing more than a dollar sign and a flashing cursor just staring at me. Over the years, I've picked up several command line tricks that have saved me time and frustration. Some of these tips were born out of necessity. I simply had too much work to complete or too little time to do it. Others were modeled after popular patterns found in computer programming and application development. The rest were shared with me either directly or indirectly by my command line hero mentors. It's amazing what you can learn watching, emulating, and taking advice from seasoned Unix and Linux professionals. So I'm gonna jump to something that I want to do. Okay, so in this book, we're gonna do this stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close this window and open up the VM, and vice versa. So, and then I'll show you it. So, shell history. Run the last command as root. You can use sudo. Sudo apostrophe exclamation mark exclamation mark. I'm bad with those. Trust me. Su minus c exclamation mark exclamation mark. If you ever forgotten to run a command with root privileges, you can simply repeat it by using sudo or suc exclamation mark exclamation mark. Okay, so we're gonna run these. We're gonna run user. Oh, we're gonna add a user Sam, and then let me move this over here. We're gonna add a user Sam, and then we're gonna it's gonna tell us permission denied. Then we're gonna use the sudo exclamation exclamation, and then that's gonna bring us to our last command with sudo. So, and then I think then he checks to see if there's an ID here, and then it shows that yes, he's in there, so it worked. And then I guess he's deleting Sam because we don't want him there, and then it's going to say permission denied. So he's going to use the sudo exclamation mark, and then he's going to get user delete Sam as the command just dropped in there. and then he's going to check, and then going to say no such user. So we're going to run this. Okay. So I'm going to move this over here. Okay. And then I'm going to open up my VM. Now, I thought I had a VM open, but I think I already restarted this. Okay. So we're going to just use this one for now. So this is going to be a quick video. This is not going to be a 40-minute video. This is just a quick sample of Command Line Kung Fu by Jason Cannon. And I already use one thing I learned in this book all the time now. And it's the thing I'm going to show you right now, the first thing. It's awesome. So you got to love it. So while this is loading, another recap of me. I'm an electrical engineering technician, ex-software engineer, and I'm getting my bachelor's of applied science degree in cybersecurity. So I'm not like a super geeky, nerdy cybersecurity guy. I just like cybersecurity, and this is just a little. If you're interested in cybersecurity, it's a little taste of what, you know, cybersecurity does and is and entails. So this one is just a fun book that I bought on Amazon that I thought was cool just from the title. And this is the first time I'm actually even experimenting with it or reading it or using it. So we're learning together is what this video is about. So let's open up a command line. Okay. So, and like I said, this video is for intermediate cybersecurity professionals. I'm not going to explain in detail everything I'm doing. I'm just going to go through it. So let's let me look at make sure I'm not recording where you guys can't see. All right, well, I'm gonna open this all the way. So let's try this. Okay, I should just probably clear it. All right, we're gonna try this. So we're gonna add user Sam. So add. See, and as you can see, I've done it, but when I recorded this the first time, I did it live, so there was no commands in there already. But like I said, I had technical difficulties, so we're gonna add user Sam, and it says only root may add user Sam, right? Because we need to be at sudo. So we're gonna do the command line kung fu, and we're gonna do the sudo apostrophe. Gosh, I'm bad with the exclamation mark. So instead of rewriting sudo add user Sam, you can just say sudo exclamation mark, and then hit enter, and boom, and that adds that for you, sudo add user Sam. So it adds your last command. So that's really cool technique. And then we'll enter, and then it's gonna want me to enter in my password, and then boom. So now it's gonna say, it's gonna ask me what password is, and I'm just gonna enter it in the defaults for all these: work phone, other, yes. Okay. Now it wants me to delete Sam, so we're gonna delete him. Let me get to this next page. So now we're gonna go user delete. Hold on, I'm not on there. Actually, let me clear this too, so we can go back to the top. Okay, I'll do that every time. That way I don't have to worry if it's not showing. So now we'll do user delete. -r Sam. Okay, and permission denied. So we're just gonna go sudo exclamation mark, pulls the last command up. That is really cool, and I use that constantly now. Like I'm never re-entering, and I use exclamation mark, exclamation mark. And if you watch these videos, you're gonna see it. I'm gonna start using that constantly. So let's see if he's still in there. So, oh, I forgot to check the ID, but I'm gonna check to see if he's in there. He shouldn't be in there because I just deleted him. So no such user. Now, so it's just a little sample, it's a little taste. All right, we're gonna bring this over here now again. I'm gonna go through the book a little bit more. Okay. So permission denied, sudo use Sam, no such user. Okay, we're on this page now. User add Jim. So this sudo -c, we're gonna try that, right? Because that's the other one we can use. And let's see if that works for me now. It wasn't working for me the first time. So let's go through this. User add Jim, so he wants me to use that. Permission denied. And instead of sudo exclamation mark, I'm gonna add a -c on this. So we're gonna so then it's gonna give me sudo. It's gonna give me -c. I don't know why I said sudo. User add Jim, and it's gonna ask me for his password, but I think this is why it didn't work, because this is Jim, right? I think his root is Jim, right? So my root's not Jim, and he's just switching to Jim. So okay, so let's do that. Let's try that and see if that works live. See, I didn't do this last time, so that makes sense to me. Okay, so we're gonna go. So wait a minute. Yeah, user add Jim. Okay, so he. Let me see. So, okay, so he did add user Jim. So I don't know. We're gonna try it. So user add Jim, right? Okay. It says permission denied. So the next thing he does here is he does sudo. So not sudo. So he goes su -c exclamation. All right, so yeah, so that added the last command between those quotation marks. So then so this doesn't have a password, so it's not gonna work. So this is what I was running into last time. Let's see if Jim is in there. See, it's no such user, so because we haven't added Jim, but user add Jim. Okay, let's just add Jim. So okay, now let's run that last command. Oh, we don't want to do that. Hold on. Now it's su. Nope, that's not gonna work. I wonder what's I gonna put in there. Yeah, sudo. Because that was my last command, was sudo user add Jim. Okay, so user add Jim. Yeah. Authentication failure. All right, so let's ID Jim. So Jim's in there because I added him, right? But I'm just gonna leave him in there. I'm not even worried about it. So all right, so let's pull this over here and let's go through a couple more. Well, at least we know that it's pending that, or it's adding that last command in between those parentheses. So password IDJ. Okay, this exclamation mark syntax is called an event designator. An event designator references a command in your shell history. Bang bang exclamation mark repeats the most recent command, but one of my favorites uses the event designator is to run the most recent command that starts with a given string. Here's an example. So we'll do this one too. So we're going to put in who am I. Okay, it's going to say, it's going to give me the root name. His is Jason, it's not Jim. I thought it was Jim. Then we're going to ask for uptime. It's going to give me the uptime. Then dfh boot, it's going to give me the file system, type size used, and then we're going to use the exclamation mark and U, and it's going to give me the uptime because that was the last string used with the U. And then here's the uptime, and then it's going to, and then we're going to put sudo x, because you have to have sudo authorization. So then it's going to be sudo exclamation mark W, and it's going to give you who am I, root. So, and we're going to stop there. Okay, so this is, like I said, this is just a little taste, small video, a little sample of command line kung fu. And if you guys want me to go through that some more, it gets very, very, very complicated, more advanced, but we can. I hope you guys saw that. You probably didn't. So we can go through it a little bit more. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Who am I? Right? It's gonna say Kelly. Okay, so yeah. Now I'm gonna use uptime. And it's gonna give me my uptime. I'm gonna do df ht boot. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe that's. All right, we're not going to worry about that one. So now we're going to use the last U stringed command line that we use by using exclamation mark and U, and that, because that's going to be uptime, right? So uptime, see, it posts uptime there. And then we're going to press enter again, and you've got uptime. Okay. Now we're going to do the next one. And the next one's going to be sudo exclamation mark W, and that one's going to be who am I, right? There you go, sudo who am I. I'm going to click it on this root. So, like I said, this is just a little taste of command line kung fu, like I said, and I think it's very interesting, this book. Even the way how simple he has it written, like he shows you what you enter, and then he shows you the expected outcome of that. And I kind of like that. I mean, it's pretty easy to follow and easy to learn. And right now you just learn a little bit of that command line kung fu. So like I said, these two techniques right here, I'm going to use them if I'm entering something and I'm like, okay, I knew that command started with a W. I can't remember which one it was, but I'll just put exclamation mark W. Or, man, what was that last command? Or when I'm writing in, some stuff and I forget to put the sudo. You can do that. You can use your exclamation mark. So this book is great. I advise going on Amazon or anywhere and buying this book. I don't know how much I paid for it. I think it was like $10, but it's not a big book. You can get it in paperback and digital, I think. Okay, so what I do is I buy my books in digital, and then I have a physical copy sometimes, depending on how much money they are. So I have an actual physical library in my home that has all my books that I've read and studied and stuff like that. And then on here on my laptop, I've got all the digital copies and through Kindle and stuff. So um, the digital copies are convenient for stuff like this and school, or if I just want to read on my Kindle or whatever, it doesn't matter. But the physical copies are for, like, if you want to let somebody borrow it to learn, or if you want to read it in bed, or you want to read it, or you actually want to hold something and read it, or later you can reference, uh, hey, I've got this book, and you can look in your library, and I don't know. So that was Command Line Kung Fu. I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you want to go through this book, like I said, it's going to get more advanced, and I'm willing to do it, but let me know if you want to. But for now, that's Hack the File. Thanks for watching, and subscribe. Thank you.